This might look like the most beautiful rainbow ice cream, but wait until you learn what it's really made of. Today we're making exorcism sorbet from Delicious in Dungeon. The result? Sweet, refreshing, and slightly jiggly thanks to one other secret ingredient. And yep, you can totally make this at home. In the anime, Senshi, the group's cook, performed an emergency exorcism, and this multicolored dessert was actually the accidental byproduct. But before you try this at home, let's just say not all of us are cut out for ghost busting. Normally, Senshi uses slime guts to give the sorbet its signature jiggle, but since I can't exactly harvest those, I got something even wilder. An official dessert from Senshi that no one's seen before. More on that later. We're gonna start by making a 3-ingredient lemon sorbet. We're gonna cut the lemons in half and scoop out the flesh with a spoon. Try not to include the pith, which is this white part, because it's gonna make it as bitter as me when I lose in Mario Kart. And now we just need to blend everything together. For this white sorbet, add 1 lemon, 1 frozen banana, add your choice of liquid sweetener. Gradually increase the speed until you get a smooth mixture. At this point, honestly, you can just stop. Just use the white base, add food coloring to it, and you get a multicolored sorbet. I don't know if you guys think that the treasure insects should all taste the same. My headcanon is each one of them will have a different flavor. So for that, we need all kinds of fruits. You can use fresh, canned, or the cheapest, frozen. The bags with mixed fruits will provide a variety of colors, but you'll have to separate out each of the different fruits, which is a total pain in the butt, and it makes you look like you just killed someone. With fresh fruit, you want to make sure you start the day before to give them some time to freeze overnight. Now that we got that settled, let's move on to the next colors. Starting with the easy ones that even babies can make, we have green. Choose a bright green fruit like kiwi or green grapes. For the best texture, use half frozen and half fresh fruit, or else just add a little bit of water as lubricant for your blender. Optionally, I added some mint because I'm fancy. The color will look much better if you remove the black seeds first. Red is another easy one. We just need to repeat the same process, this time with strawberries. You could probably even add light colored tea, and it should be a pretty interesting flavor. Frozen strawberries are sour as hell, so make sure to sweeten accordingly. So from here on, we're gonna have to start applying a bit of color theory. To get a nice orange, I'm using mango, and then I gradually add a few strawberries to add more red to it. I used fresh strawberries this time, which acted as the lubricant, so I didn't need to use water. You can see that the consistency for this is much smoother. For yellow, we're gonna start with a base of golden kiwi. Optionally, I zested a bit of lemon, and no, I didn't pick this out from the trash can. Thanks for asking. Kiwi's yellow is a little bit pale, so to strengthen that, I blended in the frozen canned peach and its syrup for a more peachy flavor. When the two is combined, you get this nice bright yellow. Purple is simply blueberries plus banana to lighten the color. Pretty awkward when you realize that blueberries aren't actually blue. Which brings up the question of how the hell are we gonna make this two unnatural shades of blue? Well, with holy water of course, you can also use curacao syrup. Just add it to the white lemon sorbet base and ta-da! I made a double batch and then packed out 1/2. We're making a dark blue base. Taste test, but not with your naked fingers, please. It's gonna start getting too sweet. You don't have to do this, but to get a better color match, I'm gonna use gel food dye. I don't actually want to turn radioactive, so I stopped adding more food coloring at this point and just added a few blueberries to darken it. With everything in Ziploc bags in the freezer, let them solidify for 1 to 2 hours.
Many repressed memories later.
These are all relatively frozen. Don't really know how this is going to turn out, so we're just going to do our best. My initial strategy was to layer the different colors randomly in both size and direction. Freeze for 1 to 2 hours, and they should be ready to scoop.
Once you scrape it all together, it's going to be like, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, we jinxed it. It's like the opposite of an ASMR. Yeah, I accidentally let this freeze for too long, so I had to thaw it, and then everything was melting and the colors was blending together. It's not bad, but I know we can do better. To improve the texture, I reblended each color to break down the ice. I placed them all in a new tray, chopped up some jewel gems I made from the last time. That's looking a lot better. Transfer your scoops into a bowl.
完成じゃ。
I think it turned out quite pretty. The different colors are distinct and bright, but as expected, it started melting awfully quickly. I thought this would be an easy recipe, but as you can see, it's just like already melting. This is like a very icy, refreshing treat. It's really fun that each different color is actually a different flavor. Basically frozen strawberries. I mean, how can that be bad, right? Flavor actually kind of changed. The mango tastes almost more ripe now. This was my favorite. This one's the kiwi with the lemon zest. I didn't add too much agave to this, so it's more on the tart side. If you really like sour things, I think you really like this one. It's similar to the golden kiwi one, but I actually like the golden kiwi one better. I don't know, it's like sometimes it feels like you can taste like the skin, brown hairy skin. It might have been better if I used green grapes, but hindsight 2020. This is not bad. It's a mixture of banana and curaçao's flavor. But like I said earlier, definitely more icy. The dark blue is really just blueberry plus curacao. Also not bad. Banana and lemon. I mean, if you like lemon sorbets, you like this one. And then this is just straight up a blueberry flavor. I wish the color was brighter and I considered using ube, but I thought the flavors might not match with my concept of a sorbet. But we're still missing one important thing. In the episode, Chill Chop mentions that the sorbet has a slightly jiggly texture. So I was gonna recreate that with slime guts like Senshi suggested, but today's sponsor, Sword of Convaleria, is teaming up with Delicious and Dungeon for an in-game collab. Our dungeon-dwelling friends have stumbled into a new world, and what do? Eat monsters, of course. For a limited time, we can summon Marcel. Woo! Look at our girl failure go. And Fallon. She actually has lines. I'm gonna cry. With 50% off your first 10 pull and a guarantee to get one of the two besties in 100, the girl math totally checks out. And the best part? We can get Cooking Legend Senshi for free. And a bunch of summoning resources just by logging in and completing a series of event quests. Join Senshi and friends in this beloved turn-based RPG as they team up with SLC's heroes to explore a mysterious dungeon. As they fight together and search for their missing companions, they will also discover the dungeon's biggest secret. While cooking up unique monster dishes, can our favorite characters help restore the chef's forgotten dream and find their way home? I guess you're just gonna have to play to find out. Download Sword of Convaleria through the link down below and experience an authentic tactical JRPG with Marcel and Fallon starting August 29th. How was that? The Delicious and Dungeon fandom finally is getting new content. Like, I was genuinely kind of emotional when I heard Fallon speak her lines because, you know, for obvious reasons, we don't get to hear her say much. And it's just so nice that we can witness her going on an adventure with her friends. And all that being said, I'm gonna make a pudding/jelly with the puru slime that Fallon thought was so cute. We're gonna incorporate that into the sorbet to give it that extra jiggle. The jelly part is quite simple. I'm using gelatin, sugar, water, and curacao syrup for the blue coloring and flavor. Carefully transfer that into a mold. Trying not to spill. So the SLC team challenged me to do this dessert. That means all of the decorations, okay? I'm not much of a decorator, but I'm gonna try. I have some ideas. Starting with the chocolate pieces. I just took some baking chocolate and I melted it, and then we're gonna add just a little bit of oil. Stir that up real good. First, we're gonna go for the low-hanging fruit, which is this cocoon-looking thing. I already have this Lindor chocolate balls. I warmed this up slightly in the microwave. Just gonna take this and I'm gonna melt it. a little bit. Just enough so that the bottom is flat and then I can place it down. To make that striped section, initially I tried to be clever and made a piping tool with parchment paper. Than I thought, huh? But it didn't take me long to realize that that was a mistake. Oh my Christ. That's all we're getting for this one. I thought I was being clever, turns out I was just being dumb. Oh, that's working pretty nice. Yeah, this is definitely the much better method. And now we're gonna attempt to make this heart-shaped piece. Make a sheet of chocolate and then use this cookie cutter to cut out the heart shape. You feel me? Here we go. 80% of these guys are not gonna make it. Maybe more like 100%
I
just royally fucked up. When transferring it into the freezer, I somehow got the chocolate sheet to fold on top of itself, ruining everything that I've made. Oh, okay. But luckily, after some intense heart surgery, I was able to get a couple of hearts out of this. Oh, I was holding my breath there. And then to make the twirl piece, first I have to spread the chocolate really thin and then take the bench scraper and scrape across to make even strips. Rolling that over a rolling pin, placing it in the freezer and praying to the dessert god that I'm gonna get at least one twirl out of this. For the whipping cream, it's a very simple milk flavored one. You just need heavy cream, powdered sugar, and milk powder. The milk powder not only provides flavor but also acts as a stabilizer so that your cream doesn't melt too quickly. In the meantime, the jelly is ready. Moment of truth. I'm gonna have to transfer the jelly onto this plate. I'm gonna do my best. Then... Oh my god. Oh! This is pretty awkward. Looks like I'm gonna have to make this again. Luckily, with the magic of editing, we have a second jelly to try. Pray to the pudding gods. Yay! Whew, thank goodness it actually came out well this time. So now we just have to decorate it very carefully. There was really no redoing this, so I was sweating up a storm. Oh no! And for that final twirl piece, I might have something, but it's gonna be messy. Bro! We have just one. The way that my eyes were shaking, I was locked in. I thought it was gonna burn. We're done. I finished this off by drizzling elderflower syrup that was tinted with curacao syrup. And there we have it. The Peru pudding. I'm genuinely quite impressed. Guys, come on. I think I freaking ate. Look at them. So glad that it worked out. Not trying to toot my own horn, but I don't think it could look more like the picture than it does. We're gonna try to cut a slice out of this. Oh, it's slicing. It's slicing. Whoa. Oh. It was probably obvious, but this does not have the structural integrity needed for it to stand on the tall side. I want to see what they will taste like together. Definitely not like a cake from this world, I'll tell you that much. Initially, I thought cream and jelly might make for a weird combo, but I guess if you're someone who likes an orange creamsicle, this would make a lot of sense. I think aesthetics-wise, this definitely wins, but my personal preference flavor-wise is definitely the Exorcism Sorbet. It's just so light, refreshing, and really fun to look at. I still have to eat a regular dinner, so I think that will be all for today. Let me know what you guys think of this episode. Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!